Hey, it's Miss Cool doing a shout out. I'm sure a few of us have seen this book at the counter there at the stores. So if you've gone through this, you've realized a lot of things that you shouldn't have done. I once had a therapist say you should on yourself. But a lot of things you could have changed, and you made your own decisions, and you must live with them now. One of the main ones that I realize is the fact that many of us, I don't know if you have this problem, should have said no. Without guilt and without people in your family or friends or just anybody starting at a young age teaching you that that's love, doing more than your share, accepting more responsibility because other parents aren't there. I could go on, but it's okay to have made mistakes, and it's okay that where you're at now, for me, I'm speaking, because I've really realized a lot since I've been reading this book, and plus I have had therapy. You teach people how to treat you, and it's only normal for a person to, react in certain ways, So I've been really upset because a lot of people have walked out of my life that I got fed up with. I got fed up with them needing me, and when I needed them, they were busy. When I needed them, after helping and rescuing and just being there because of, say, for example, children in your family grow up, meet other people, their family members are basically just, unattached. I mean, I'm talking about everything from, you name it, they're not there. So you have like this one person that's doing a lot, and that was me and is me, till, I have to get back up and get some of my tools out, which are in this book, and that remind us that we can say no without the guilt. But you know what? You don't really give it a lot of thought in an emergency. You don't give it a lot of thought when children grow up, or they're going through their divorces, or they're going through their struggles, because it's such an obvious no one's there to help. And if you have a small family, sometimes it can be strong, but sometimes it can be ultra frustrating. And that means there's resentment. That means people kind of like ringing that alarm clock inside their own self and sitting down and actually validating other people, and saying, you know what, thank you. But to let somebody do too much for you and watch them burn out like a firework this 4th of July is very sad to me. And I've been in that situation, and I no longer want to be it. You reach out to people and you help them in their times of trouble. You walk away with dignity in that moment. You know what the hard part is? The after effect, the earthquake inside of you saying, wow, I actually need somebody right now. I actually need somebody. I want you to know something about me. It seems like there's a pattern there. The people that really need you a lot, and they could do things, and you never wanted to say you didn't want to, because in that moment you just are like fight or flight. You want to help family members. You want to do things. But there's really got to be a balance. You've got to pull back, because I have resentment right now for helping people in my family that not only could have done it, but just didn't realize that they actually brought me to the end of my road, And sometimes we need to just really ask ourselves, would it have been hard? Would it have been awful if I would have said no? So the word codependent, the word the guilt, just people analyzing you that don't have any, credentials or figuring things out. It's always a plus, but, we got to just really live in the moment and not cry out to other people that are really busy. That seems to be the major thing, too, at my age, at 63. Everybody's really busy, and I want them to be. And you can't force a horse to drink water, but you can actually look at your mistakes, pull back, and realize it's not your fault for a lot of things, and you can only do so much. So I remember one time when I was in therapy, they showed these little picket fences that were like boundaries. And if those weren't working, well, you used a wall. And if that wasn't working, well, you used a bigger fence. Till that was so high, there was barbed wire on top. And I find myself there again with people that haven't appreciated me. And now they're just like, a lot of them are just gone. They needed money. They needed my time. They needed my love. But it all just developed into something that was on me for not saying no. So say no today. If you're not taking care of yourself, say no today if you're not being appreciated. Say no today if people are saying the exact same thing that you were saying to them. And now they are that. It's ironic to me that the main things that you were asking and saying, they're claiming. So it's okay. We're learning every day, and it's Miss Cool saying, say no, pull back. I'm an artist. I've got time to do my art. I've got time to read books. I've got time to do a lot of things. I've got time to realize, with my faith, I like the accountability and knowing that I've been wrong. It would seem so stressful to me to always make excuses when I know I'm wrong. Making excuses meaning like when you have a conversation with someone and you're trying to work something out, say for example some conflict, and you just can't get anywhere with them because somebody on one side's just constantly prepared to say, well, that wasn't me. Well, I didn't need that. You just have to kind of get up, walk away. Just like, my brother said once, you can't dust the table till the dust settles. So for me right now, I'm letting the dust settle. I'm working on me. And I've had some anger with some family members that haven't reached out to their own family members that have come into my family and married my children. They just really have come in with just huge, huge, huge suitcases of troubles that you couldn't see. But they're all open now. And everything's out. And it's a mess. So I've got to fix my suitcase and put my things back in it, and you can too. So it's Miss Cool again saying have a great night, happy 4th of July, make America great again. Try not to get too involved with people also in your family that are, opposite thinking of you politic-wise, or it really can get kind of tangly and sticky when you realize that some people have the right to not be accountable because they're on their journey and they will learn to be accountable. Because there's growth in being wrong. There's growth in saying that you are wrong. And there's much more growth when you say, I'm sorry. And you actually change. But you have to do it for you because you can't expect the other people to do it. Because they're kind of like on their own journey. So for me today, I'm going to be hollering no. I'm busy. And not to do it spitefully, but to realize my time's as valuable as yours. So it's Miss Cool saying, peace. Later, man.